Mr. Deep Batchi, President and Managing Director of CNBC International, Madam Kristen Tan, Kun Nikondet Palangkun, the Director General of the Department of Information and spokesperson of Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Thailand, distinguished speakers and participants, ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon and Sawasdee krab. Well, first of all, allow me to express my appreciation to CNBC, the Bangkok Bank, Siam Piwat and Icon Siam for bringing the second edition of CNBC Connect back here to Bangkok once again. And I'd also like to thank the distinguished speakers and for your leading voices, which have echoed the influences of innovation in growing sustainable businesses in Asia, as well as the views, suggestions, and recommendations addressed today. Well, we've heard a number of extremely impressive commitments to catalyze leadership and tackle sustainable business challenges on the ground, and for that, I do thank you and thank you very much. And my gratitude also extended to our moderator, Kristen Tan, for keeping things interesting, engaging, and energizing as ever. And I truly believe that the key success of sustainable business is to protect the planet, our planet, to tackle inequality and to improve the quality of our lives both now and in the years to come. In this regard, I believe that the two intertwined issues must be taken into account. First, the highly disruptive technologies such as artificial intelligence or AI, robotics, blockchains, etc., which have been frogly developed during the fourth industrial revolution. They are transforming social and economic systems. They are a major driver pushing frictionless international trades and empowering those who have been underrepresented and underserved in economies. They have enormous potentials for sustainable development, but meanwhile, they will highly likely increase the risk of serious unintended consequences which will worsen the inequalities and in our society. And Thailand believes that innovation and technology will become the vital tools in moving towards the achievement of Sustainable Development Goals or SDGs. And therefore, the Royal Thai government has recently launched the Ignite Thailand initiative, focusing on digital economy, financial technology, and wellness and medical technology. This initiative aims to empower people and communities with digital technology in driving the country's sustainable growth. As the Minister of Social Development and Human Security, well, very recently, actually, this morning, I've just been appointed. So luckily that otherwise this speech would have been very awkward. Thank you. I realize the huge benefit of these technologies as we have seen the ability of robots in situations that might not be too friendly to us humans. We've seen robots and AIs bringing comfort to support people, the vulnerable people, particularly older people and people with disabilities. We've seen how AI can help farmers adapt to climate change, how AI can transform and tailor education, how AI can unleash a whole new wave of personalized healthcare. But however, I do urge all of us that we must make sure that technologies are there to serve us and not the other way around. And the second issue is, of course, climate change. According to my previous portfolio as the Minister of Natural Resources and Environment, I consider climate change as the outcome of humans' mistake since the first industrial revolution. Climate change is running faster than we are, and now we are moving dramatically into the runaway of climate change. It is, in fact, our planet is heading for a scorching 3 degrees Celsius increase in the global temperature, while countries around the world still remain hell-bent on raising the emissions. Droughts, storms, forest fires, and floods are overwhelming countries and communities. But most people perceive climate change as a distant problem, unfortunately, even without realizing that climate risks are threatening the very thread of our social and economic security. And unfortunately, right here in Asia, we are the world's most disaster-prone region. In this connection, it is undeniable that highly destructive technologies are essential in battling with the climate crisis. We need decarbonization technology. We need technologies for adaptation, which includes AIs, drones, UAVs, satellite and remote sensing technology, supercomputer, quantum computer, IoT, AR, VR, and all those acronyms that would help us. But the most important measure is to promptly and appropriately build resilience and adaptive capacities for vulnerable people who are right at the front of the adverse impact of climate change. For Thailand, we are one of the world's most vulnerable countries to the adverse impacts of Mother Nature. Well, earlier this year, for example, in April, we hit the highest temperature ever recorded during the last 73 years. 73 years, ladies and gentlemen. 47 degrees Celsius was recorded with a heat index of more than 50 degrees Celsius. Floods and runoff last month have affected 23 provinces, damaging almost 70,000 households with 22 fatalities and 19 injuries reported so far. And as we speak, the ministry staff is working around the clock to alleviate the damages that people are facing, both physically and mentally. And in the light of combating climate catastrophe, Thailand has committed to achieve the carbon neutrality by 2050 and a net zero GHG emission by 2065. And ladies and gentlemen, we have walked the talk with several actions on the ground, both in terms of mitigation and adaptation. The Climate Change Act, which is Thailand's first climate legislation, has been formulated, and the Department of Climate Change and Environment was established in 2023 during my ministerialship. Ladies and gentlemen, the former president of the United Nations Security Council, or UNSC, Dr. Kishore Mahbubani, mentioned that we are in the dawn of the Asian century. The rise of Asia during the fourth industrial revolution has brought hope for poverty alleviation, improved standards of living, and the promotion of sustainable development. The question is, what is fueling Asia's rise? And the answer is very simple. It's our population. Nevertheless, Asia is facing many demographic challenges, mostly in East Asia, where fertility rates have fallen below normal levels, population are aging, and the workforce is declining, and large parts of Asia are getting old, unfortunately, before they get rich. Thailand has also been hit by demographic challenges since 2005. Our population is growing at a declining rate with ultra-low fertility of 1.08 in 2022. And life expectancy is increasing. The number of older persons in Thailand is mounting, and the number of deaths is surpassing births. And Thai society will be predominated by older persons with scarcity of working-age individuals. In confronting these formidable challenges, the Royal Thai government, in collaboration with all stakeholders, both domestic and international, has formulated the policy to tackle this predicament. We called it the 5x5 Let's Turn the Tide policy. This policy comprises 5 strategies, and each strategy comprises of 5 measures, emphasizing on strengthening the workforce skills, raising our children, focusing on quality rather than quantity, empowering older persons, turning disabilities into productivity, and reinforcing family ties, which is the core of this policy. Ladies and gentlemen, we have lost out on the first, second, and the third industrial revolutions, but we must not repeat the history. We, that is the government, the investors, technocrats, and the civil society will have to act together in dealing with these existential threats posed by runaway climate chaos and development of those highly disruptive technologies while valuing our human capital. It is now time for collaboration. It is time for co-creation. And it is time for stakeholders and disciplines. And to conclude, I would like to congratulate the CNBC team once again, and all sponsors, and everyone involved for putting together this impressive and a timely event. And I sincerely hope that your ambitious vision and dedication to actions and transformations shall propel us towards a sustainable and equitable growth with brighter future for people in Asia and the planet alike. And I wish that one of the overriding messages that we shall take from this event today is that we must address these challenges together, because only together, ladies and gentlemen, we can make it possible. And to those who have traveled afar, I wish you a pleasant stay in Thailand. And don't just stay in Icon Siam. We still have many other attractions that would draw the cash out of your wallet. Well, earlier there was mentioned that cash might not be the king today, but Thailand wouldn't mind a little bit more cash in our pocket nowadays. And I wish you all a safe journey home. And thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Have a wonderful afternoon. ขอบคุณครับ